It has finally come to an end. This is the Cape Cod League, where future major leaguers are born before anybody knows their name. We didn't come here just to make content and get a whole bunch of views, man. We wanted to bring you guys the behind the scenes access, the type of stuff that you don't even see. The Cape isn't just about who you are, man, it's about who you become. It's about what you're trying to prove. It's about what you're trying to chase, what you're trying to accomplish. This isn't the polished story, this is the real one. And it's just the beginning. Yeah, and more, and more. So we started with you. We'd love to end it with you. Awesome. Back here with our last day of our Cape League docuseries, behind the scenes access. We are here with Cade Parent, the MLB liaison for Brewster. Cade, what's going on, brother?
Nothing much. Out here enjoying another day at the baseball field. I
love that, man. What is life like for you as this MLB liaison, man? We know that scouts are everywhere, dude. What's the role?
Networking. That's all it is.
Really?
Networking. Yeah, networking between players, coaches, scouts, getting to know people that you desire to be in that position one day, getting to learn from them, anything like that.
Love it. We were just actually talking to I believe his name's Matt Mercurio, one of the Diamondback scouts up there, talking about the dichotomy between the relationships of the players that they're scouting and themselves, man. When I was going through that process, I always saw those guys out of the corner of my eye. I was just too afraid to go talk to them. What's the misconception there, dude? Is there not supposed to be some weird like relationship there?
No, they're no normal guy. They're just another human. We're all the same.
A question I got for you, brother. When you think of a Cape Cod League baseball player, man, what comes to mind?
Hopefully a guy in the MLB. You've got guys all across the MLB that played in this league, so it is cool to see them when they're a normal guy. Just going to college just like I am, but it's cool to see where they start and then how their career progresses and how they'll end.
Absolute, bro. It's cool to see the grind behind the scenes, man. That's what we're doing here. Appreciate everybody being here. Cade, bro, I appreciate, dude, the hospitality, helping us out, getting us set up with interviews, man. Such a big part of what we were able to achieve here. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back here again next year. Okay. We're back here continuing our day 3 behind the scenes access into the Cape Cod League and the beautiful docuseries we are putting on. Today we are here with a special guest. We have Ed Blankmeyer, longtime St. John's head coach and is baseball royalty in the state of New York, and I am not trying to be funny. Coach, what's going on, man?
Having a lot of fun up in the Cape. That's what's going on. Playing a lot of golf.
Living the dream.
Living the dream. Getting involved, dealing with these guys and playing some baseball, hopefully getting these kids a little bit better.
Absolute. What is life like here, man? Obviously, we have that dichotomy of people trying to enjoy the summer a little bit. We have some guys trying to prove something, chase something. What is it like for a coach, especially somebody of your stature who's had, long success in the game?
I tell you what, this summer ball in the Cape, it's a lot like professional baseball. And why do I say that? Most of your games are played at night. You get here early to work with the guys. You play at least 5 days a week. So it gives them a 2-month flavor of what they're going to experience in professional baseball. And I think that's pretty cool. At the same time, these guys can get into the Cape. They can have some fun on their off days. And I like the fact that I'll call it baseball diversity, being that you're getting players from all different regions in the country coming together, playing and finding out, hey, what it's all about.
Yeah, so you've coached for decades, man. You've had a ton of success as well over that span, man. What is something that is still surprising to you just being around this group of guys?
I think the players right now are bigger, stronger, faster, not necessarily better.
Okay.
I like to see these guys play more baseball.
So I'd love to unpack that. Bigger, stronger, faster. Not to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily lead to more wins. Doesn't necessarily lead to getting the job done. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think you learn how to play the game by playing the game. I just think the fact that you drill, you train, but do you compete? I mean, you got to compete, and the game is about competition. And as you move up the ladder of baseball, the funnel gets smaller and smaller. The players get better and better. Now, when it comes to comes to shove, what separates that player? It's the mentality. It's their mentality, how they go about their work, how they deal with adversity, okay, how they deal with the grind. And how do you learn that? You learn that by going through that process. So
I love that, man. I love that. So the game is changing. We see a whole lot of NILs. We see a whole lot of portals, man. I get it.
Yeah.
But when we talk about hitting and hitters, man, what has changed the most, in your opinion, in the last 10, 15 years?
I think the thing about hitters hit, and I think the problem was we chase power and damage instead of teaching the player how to hit, use the field. And don't get me wrong, I'm a firm believer of the analytics. I believe in a lot of it. But the information highway is tough to navigate, and everybody has an opinion on it. I think it's overblown. I think it's about, bat ball contact and, learning how to hit balls using the field. So all these things come into play. This guy, the shifty shifter. What's up, brother?
Good to see you. I didn't mind interrupt.
No worries.
This the guy. He's the guy. He's the legend right here.
I love that. We're wrapping up here with Coach Blankmeyer. Coach, what is something that you see players make a mistake of doing when they get here? Is it they try to do too much? I mean, all eyes are on these guys. What's something that guys mess up when they get here?
They try too hard. They overthink. And it just I guess in some cases the speed of the game speeds them up, okay? And once they get a little more comfortable, they relax, they get used to the wood bat, in particular for the hitters, they make the adjustments. The good ones make the adjustment.
Love that. Coach, last question I got for you. I'm so grateful for the time, man. If this was the last interview that you were going to give right here, what do you want people to know about you?
That I'm a good baseball guy. I'm an honest guy. I tell you what I think. I may not always be right, but I think I have a pretty good wherewithal about the game of baseball, and I think I can help guys that really want to learn how to play it.
Amen. Ed, thank you so much for your time. Again, we're here with Coach Blankmeyer, absolute legend. Appreciate it. We'll bring you guys back with more behind-the-scenes access next. We are extremely fortunate enough to be here with Jarrod Saltalamacchia behind the scenes. Salty, what's going on, man?
Not much, just a little baseball, hopefully.
That's right, man.
As long as the sun stays out.
Amen, man. What is a Cape League player? What's that mold to you? What does it mean to be a Cape League player?
I mean, it's the best of the best. I mean, if you watch the draft that just happened, I think in the top 2 rounds at least, there was over 17 guys that were here last year. So, I mean, you got the best of the best players out here competing with a wood bat, which is what these scouts want to see. A lot of kids are told to come out here to see if they can hit with the wood bat. It could up their stock in the draft. It could lower it. You just got to bet on yourself, basically.
Absolute, man. So it is insane here, right? All eyes are on these kids, these young men, right? How do you balance that performance and the development piece?
So the first 2-3 weeks are tough just because you want to try and get everybody. Your roster is it's full, so you got guys you want to make sure they get opportunities to play. You know that at some point they're going to be leaving. So you're trying to find your lineup and hope that they stay the entire time to help you win a championship. So there's a lot of balancing act that goes on, but trying to put them in a position to succeed. I mean, that's the name of the game wherever you're at. So really trying to play matchups, get the kids confidence and have them trust you.
Love it, man. You've seen elite players come through here. You've also seen elite players fizzle out, right? What separates those guys?
I think it's the mental. I mean, at the end of the day, the mental game is so much tougher than the physical part of the game. So, we talk about hitting and approaches with these guys. That's more important than the actual, the physics of your swing. At this point in these kids' career, their bodies have been molded into what it is right now. So, understanding that, hey, if I have a really good approach at the plate and just try and put good wood on it, I can have some success. And on the pitching side of things, hey, my stuff's good. Obviously there's things you can do to tinker with it, but I've done what I've done to get here, so don't change. Just be who you are. Just mentally be tough to be able to sometimes have to get 4 outs in an inning or 5 outs in an inning. 162 game grind in the big leagues are what these kids are wanting to do. So that mental game is so.
What are these guys missing? What are they getting wrong?
Just experience right now. I was a young rookie at one point that was, ignorant and dumb, that just went in thinking that I was the greatest in the world and had to be humbled. So this game humbles you. And then you go to Boston where, sold out crowd every single night. You got guys on the lineup that are Hall of Famers and, all-stars every year. So, where do I fit in that situation? And it's controlling what you can control. You can only control the approach and what you do at the plate. You can't control what happens afterwards. So, getting that mental focus is highly important for these guys. I think they're way more advanced than I was at their age, and they're way more, athletic than I was at that age. So they're already ahead of the game.
Oh, means access. Coach, I got one more question for you. Everybody here is either trying to chase something or trying to prove something, right? This is about becoming something, okay? When these guys are thinking about pro ball, okay, what is the dumbest thing players still believe about what it takes to play pro ball?
That's a tough question, man, because, the generational thing, right? These kids are a lot different than what we were, so their stats were different back when I was playing than what these stats are chasing nowadays. We were talking about that earlier today, like pitchers are looking at, spin rate as opposed to actually getting through a lineup and throwing a complete game. Hitters, we were looking at, hey, what's your on base percentage and like what we were kind of, tested on. Now it's exit velocity. So I really don't know. I think that the assumption that 162 games in a season is easy. I think a lot of kids maybe think that, hey, all I got to do is just get drafted and that's the end. I think that's always been true 100 years ago as it is today, that it's easier to get to the big leagues than it is to stay. So I think that if these kids can understand what that actually means, that means, hey, once I get drafted, that's when my job begins. I need to really start working. And once I get to the big leagues, it ain't over. I got to continue to grind and make sure that
If you could go back and give a blurb of advice to 16-year-old self, what do you got and why?
First things first is don't believe everything you read. Actually stop reading. I wish I would have never learned how to read. I think that killed my first 3 years in the big leagues, is I was more focused on what the media had to say and what people thought of me than, what I thought of myself. So I know when I got to Boston, I stopped reading the papers. I stopped listening to all the other BS and just kind of was more in the moment with my teammates and myself. And my game just elevated from there.
I love that. Salty, I appreciate the time, man.
Appreciate it,
for you,
brother.
man.
Thank you.
Unreal behind the scenes right there. We'll be back soon. We are back behind the scenes. We are here with Ken Schmidt, infielder from Georgia Tech. Ken, what's going on, brother?
Nothing much. How are you?
Living the dream, dude. What is life like here being a Cape League baseball player?
It's fun. You're playing with the best of the best. You're living on the beach, so you can't really complain about that. Weather's been pretty good, so it's fun.
I love it. What does it feel like? How different is it coming from a cathedral out in Atlanta to something like this?
Yeah, it's definitely, I'm used to a lot of buildings, a lot of sounds. So sleeping, I'm used to honking, screaming nonstop. But here it was quiet. I couldn't even sleep. I was like, damn, this is weird. But then stadiums, the playing surface at Georgia Tech is best of the best. So this is a little different, but it's fun. Things are actually like when I was a kid.
What did it mean when you found out that you were going to be playing here, man? Was this something that you were like aiming at, or is this something that just popped up? Like, what do you got?
Yeah, no, it was. So it's after my freshman year, I didn't play summer ball, but I was like, I want to play summer ball in the Cape after sophomore year. So my coach just told me, he's like, you're going to go to Falmouth. I was like, sounds good to me.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Exactly.
That's huge. You are here in a town, right, where maybe not a whole lot of people know your name, right? We have a lot of guys that are local here that just like Cape League baseball, and you're here trying to make a name for yourself in front of these guys. That's a shit ton of pressure, right? We got scouts. We have a scout section. These guys are packed every single night.
Yeah.
What does that pressure feel like? Do you even feel it?
I would say Georgia Tech prepared me for that.
Really?
Yeah. So there's obviously playing in front of, in our region, we're at Ole Miss, so playing in front of that many fans, like, I think kind of was already prepared for it going in. So I don't feel it as much, but there's still some days it's like, all right, like I can't mess up much.
I love that, dude.
So,
I love that.
It's fun.
So we see the finished product here. We see the gorgeous baseball, the best baseball players in the world. What don't people see about the grind here?
I mean, y'all see how much we play, but don't really see how much like it taxes our bodies and everything.
Yeah.
Like just being able to like take care of it outside it's hard. I'm not used to it because we only play 5 days at school, which is a lot, but like I'm not used to, or 4 days, but I'm not used to 5-6 days a week,
brother.
like pro ball. So
it's a different beast, right?
Yeah. So you doubt yourself. Every baseball player, I feel like, doubts themselves, but
When's the last time you've doubted yourself?
almost every day.
How are you able to get over that?
It's kind of just reminding myself, like I'm here. I'm here for a reason. That's kind of thing. That's the best thing for me to say is just walking up to the plate, deep breaths, telling myself like I'm here. Like let's go do damage, have fun.
I love that.
So yeah.
I love that, dude. What's is something that you're going to be able to take with you that you've learned here, have experienced here, just for the rest of your life?
I think taking care of my body outside of like playing the games, just like stretching, doing the right lifts and like eating healthy.
You start to learn that out here?
Yeah, I had to learn how important. But no, it's kind of just taking care of myself. Relationships are also, I think, the best part about this.
That's huge.
Connections, having Salty as the head coach is unbelievable.
I can only imagine, brother. I can only imagine, man. All the fans, the people that you grew up with, the teammates, the people that are cheering you on. What do they need to hear from you right now?
Thank you.
Yeah?
I would say, like, keep being kind of yourself and keep helping me out because it means a lot. So
I love that. Time, brother.
Of course.
It's been awesome to ask you some questions, man.
Appreciate it.
This is going to be an awesome game. Check back later for more behind-the-scenes access.
Yes, sir.
All right, we are back here wrapping up our last day in the Cape Cod League docu-series Behind the Scenes. We are here with the man that made it all possible, Jamie Shevchik. Coach, what's going on?
Hanging in there, man. Grinding it out, another day.
Man, I love it. So we're here obviously highlighting the stories that don't get told enough, highlighting the underdogs, man, and of course, we're bringing you the fire, okay? Did you feel like you belonged here on day one?
No, I didn't. I thought I was over my skis. I did spend 8 years in the NECBL, the New England Collegiate Baseball League, but when I first got here, when I got here, I think every manager in the Cape, the other 9 were here for probably more than 10 years. I was the baby, and we have a guy in our dugout right now by the name of John Schiffner who coached the Chatham A's for 25 years. Brian Dennehy obviously played John Schiffner in summer catch, right? So he's in my dugout right now. He's in my dugout right now, and he kind of took me under his wing and kind of mentored me through this whole process. But yeah, I felt out of place. But over those last 10 years, think about where this league has come right now, right? Like one of my best friends is managing, the Bourne Braves that we're playing here today, was on my coaching staff a couple years ago. Ryan Schmidt has got his own team, still with me at Keystone, was an assistant out here with me in Brewster, has got his own team in Wareham. So yeah, I think when you sit back and you think about it and you see some of the guys that have been on my staff that are now managing their own teams in the best league in the world, that's pretty cool. Right?
I love it, man. I love it. So everybody that we seem to mention, everybody that we talk to and we mention you, they say that you were their mentor, right? We talk about brotherhood, man. We got scouts up there saying that they played here and it's just full circle. They're here. It's absolutely insane, man. The brotherhood is real. The bonds and the relationships are real. What's something that you're going to take with you forever from this year, this group?
I think it's a really good group, man. I said this to the guys the other day, yesterday when we had a little huddle. Spencer Jones, minor leaguer, came over and talked to our guys on his all-star break, and I kind of jumped in on his conversation, and I said, I tell my players at school, you know, our players don't get the same version of coaching every year, right? They get, you know, it depends on who you are as an individual. It depends on who you are as a team is the version of coaching that you get. I've been at Keystone for 25 years, and you know that last out is recorded at the end of the year, and our seniors are all crying because their careers are over. And there's been times I've been in the background, like with a sense of relief that this year is finally over, right? But there's also years where I've cried right alongside with them. And I think that emotion that you get at the end of the year is all based on the type of kids that you have, right? This past year at Keystone, I couldn't wait to get to the field every day and just grind it out with these guys. This team right here behind me, they're getting the best version of coaching that we can give because of who they are as individuals. They want it, and we're going to give it to them. So a lot of it depends on who they are.
Love that, man. So, Coach, we obviously started with you. We are here because of you, man. We'd love to close it with you, man. Take us home. If this was your last interview here, what's your closing message?
This is the greatest game in the world, and they're playing it on the greatest league in the world, right? Their futures are going to be defined, these kids right here, not what their numbers are and not what their home runs are, but this is the biggest test of what minor league baseball is going to be, right? I think I might have said this to you before. I can predict the big leaguer, right? And the big leaguer is the kid that just loves to get to the field every day and play on fields like this. And if you can grind it out through the hardest times, when they think it's the hardest times, then you have a shot. You have a really good shot of getting to the big leagues at some point. The greatest part of these kids' lives is happening right now in front of their faces. They just need somebody to remind them about it over and over.
You're not lying, man. This is living the dream. You had mentioned being baseball rich. I love it, man. Coach, I'm so grateful for the time, man.
Absolutely.
Man, hopefully we get to do this many moons to come, many years to come. Appreciate you guys being here. That's all we got. I appreciate Jamie Chevchik, the entire Brewster crew, and all of the Cape Cod League coaches and the teams, the players, the staff members that participated in this. It was incredible, man. Just the beginning. We'll see you again next year.